This presentation will explore how Read for the Win and different iRead themes can be used by school librarians, for school librarians, and also with school and public librarians working together to foster collaboration. Sometimes for the public librarian, collaboration is just a matter of finding the right contact person in the building. So this is just a list of folks and titles that you might want to look for and reach out to. Now, schools are also ending their year as public libraries are gearing up for summer learning. So the rest of this presentation is organized by the seasons and opportunities that arise during different times. So in the spring, there are lots of programmings that are happening in the school or through the school that allow for librarian tie-in, and also don't hesitate to think about the benefit of doing special programming for a specific school at your public library. There's nothing better than getting a special invitation that you know is for your group or your community to visit this other space and meet with people that you know, but also in a new environment. Battle of the Books is something that a lot of districts do. In some cases, the children are competing, answering trivia questions based on books that they have read. In other cases, the children are working together to read a bunch of different titles and vote for their favorite. If the latter is what's happening in your district, consider making a special seal or sticker for a specific school's winning title and offering to put that sticker on the circulating copies of those titles in the public library. Not only will it demonstrate to the kids that you value their opinions and ideas, but they will be so excited to visit the public library and check out those copies where they can see that their choices have a wider audience and are having a greater impact than just the kids in their school. Now, bulletin boards are another way that the public librarian can come and have an impact on the school. Not only can you offer up to volunteer to do certain bulletin boards or themes, you can make them interactive and collaborative. This Minecraft creeper that has been made out of paper plates, I've also seen made out of Post-its where the librarian has a picture and then there's a basket of supplies and the children are invited to participate and work together to create that final image. Also, some schools might have special contests for which homeroom can take the Read for the Win theme and decorate their door or their bulletin board to celebrate and raise awareness for that theme. One idea might be to have the school and the public librarian be judges, and then the winning class gets a special story time or a special visit from the public librarian. That way the kids are being creative, they're creating something new with their teacher, they're promoting your reading program, and the reward at the end of the day is still very intrinsic. They're getting nothing but another visit from you to celebrate and think about all of the learning that will happen in the months ahead. When it comes to Reader's Advisory, this is one idea to create these scratch-off tickets, and underneath them is a recommendation of a book to check out from the public library or the school library. These titles can be from the Read for the Win bibliographies and the resource guide, and you can even have special QR codes under there for some of the digital resources that tie into the theme that you want to promote. Another thing that might be an idea to try is to host a center or a special stealth programming activity in the school or around the school. This flying school sheet was made out of butcher paper and markers, and all one has to do is have a little sheet of extra papers for kids to try to create their own paper airplanes, and then they can go bananas and try to get the paper airplanes through the holes that you have cut with scissors. On the right is a story walk where you could take a book that ties into a sports and games theme, take each page and put it on a stick, and then place those sticks either inside a school building at different important parts or outside near the playground where kids can go from place to place and read a whole story when they have gone to every station. Some outdoor board games, such as this giant Scrabble, can promote Read for the Win on a large scale. And also, if there are springtime fine arts nights or special musical concerts that are happening, consider going to the cafeteria or a side room or even outside and hosting a bingo for books event. You could have every participant take home a new book. And if you're on a shoestring budget, a suggestion might be is to have every participant bring a book to swap. So you might have a 1-to-1 ratio of kids to books, but there's that excitement and that prize of leaving with something different than what you came with. Now, at the very end of the school year, teachers and librarians are creating resource lists and pathfinders. This is a great opportunity to collaborate and maybe have both librarians from the school and from the public library have both names on that list and stand behind some of those excellent recommendations. There are some also competitive votes that happen, and the end of year is a great time to visit the events and the special times where you have with the students. So this is an idea of a competitive vote you could do. It could be everything such as voting between your favorite character, Elephant and Piggy, or thinking about what 2016 Summer Olympic category or game are you most looking forward to watching on TV. You could use tactile tools such as Post-its and beads, or you can consider using digital tools such as Kahoot and Poll Everywhere to get students' voices heard. Now, the lunchroom is a great way to connect with tweens and teens in the middle and high school libraries. The Carnegie Library in Pittsburgh has done some very interesting programming where the librarians visit during lunchtime. They have a special table where they do programming and they do book talking and they do checkout and return. And that's a way to build that trust and start those relationships off before the summer begins to a very positive start. Other ideas are to be a visible face in the community. Maybe there is an end of year picnic where they have the principal and the teachers in the dunk tank. Why not be in the dunk tank too and begin to have the children see you as a leader in the community? Another suggestion during field day, there are often different games and stations where kids at the school are participating. Volunteer to host one of those stations. And again, you can start to get to know the kids in a different light and they start to build that comfort level with you so that when they see you during the summer or throughout the school year, they know you and you're that familiar face that they are excited to see and that you are very easy to approach and begin those conversations. If you're doing a formal assembly, a game show idea fits nicely into Read for the Win, as well as some mock pep rallies or sports broadcasts, and also any opportunity to get the kids involved through a dramatic storytelling of a book that you're reading together or as contestants in some of the games that you're showing. So this is a Minute the Win It on the left and a ninja training on the right. These are two ideas for strategies for ways you could get the kids up on stage or the teachers up on stage and raise excitement about gaming and competition, and then also promoting the Read for the Win theme and all of the opportunities at the public library. Once summer begins, don't forget that summer school is in session, and that's a great way to do push-in story times or also to invite those summer school classes to visit you and see what's going on in the public library. Another thing to think about doing is flipped programming, where maybe the kids are on vacation or they can't get to the brick and mortar library, but maybe they can still engage and participate in a digital way with some of the initiatives. So with Padlet and Flipgrid, for example, what kids can do is either type or videotape answers to questions or even book recommendations, and then other people in the community can see them and interact with them later. Teachers and librarians love Padlet and Flipgrid because they both have password protections that are available. So if you have a school that is restricted more about what they're posting for students online, that's one way that you can ensure safety. Once school starts up again, think about all the ways you can keep collaborating. You can have a principal give an achievement challenge, or a librarian say, I'll dye my hair if you reach this goal, or the principal might give the children a certain number of minutes extra of recess. These are all ways that can connect to what happened over the summer, but also get the school year starting in a positive way for the reading and learning and that collaboration. Also, when back to school assemblies and assignments are being held, think about visiting for book talks or doing a Skype visit or a face-to-face visit. The assignments are just now getting dished out, so that's a great way for the kids to remember that you're there to help and be a resource. When fall athletics gear up, you can also think about some interesting tie-ins there, as well as remembering that the iRead themes can be used all year round. So this is a picture from Jane Harper at Homewood Flossmoor High School. She had the high school athletes come and be celebrity readers for the younger kids. So it not only celebrated the high school athletics and that Read for the Win theme, but it also motivated the younger kids to see reading as a very positive endeavor and see great reading modeled to them. And this last picture is a picture of one of my students and one of the themes we used, Pause to Read, that we didn't just use during the summer. And that's a reminder that whether you're doing a summer reading program, a winter reading program, a special program that occurs once throughout the year, or you're just using the graphics and themes for bibliographies or pieces of your website, don't forget that once you have the ability to use those themes and those graphics, you can think of all of the opportunities to use them as you work for your students and patrons and also collaborate with others in your community.